Swearing on WWE seems to be a big change. We're going to talk about the PG era being done with. And with that being said, we're also going to turn our attention to some WWE stars removed from television and what might happen there. So much coming up right here on The Ango Show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget, we do got a giveaway at 100,000 subscribers. Why did Steve Austin not show up at WrestleMania 40? This is the question everybody wants answers to, and the answer might be somewhat alarming. WWE decided not to pay Steve Austin what he was looking for to be in attendance at WWE WrestleMania 40. Now, obviously, we all saw what happened with Steve Austin and Cody Rhodes. Nothing. That's right, there was nothing that happened. WWE initially teased Cena and Steve Austin, but ultimately what happened was The Undertaker took the spot of Steve Austin. And this is where things got really interesting, because while I, for one, enjoyed seeing The Undertaker there at WrestleMania 40, I was also slightly confused as to why it wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin. Him hitting a Stone Cold Stunner on The Rock would have been magnificent. But I think it's important that we also discuss this new report. According to Dave Meltzer, Austin was originally earmarked for the spot at the end of the match where Taker laid out The Rock. However, Austin wasn't there because they couldn't reach a financial agreement and Undertaker was put in his place. Remember how I said it will be very interesting to see how Endeavor and WWE spend money for talent? It's a big concern. It really is. It's a concern that I have. It's not the biggest, but it's a big one. WWE and Steve Austin couldn't come to terms on an agreement. Now, we don't know what Steve Austin was requiring for the financial cost, but I do think it is very telling that WWE did not pay it. Now, when you hear of WWE talent becoming free agents, potentially going to AEW, or when you hear stories of WWE not signing Will Ospreay, not signing Mercedes Moné, not signing Okada, I think, just maybe, right? Perhaps WWE is becoming a little bit more frugal with their money, which is really weird to even think out loud for the fact that WWE is very largely successful and profitable. But Endeavor has been known not to pay top talent in the UFC. And we saw Francis Ngannou walk out. So ultimately, I do have a concern that maybe WWE not re-signing their talent or not bringing in Steve Austin, this could be a trickle-down effect. Obviously, this is a let it play out type of thing, but it is something that we have to pay attention to. And this is largely due to the fact that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch may be off of WWE television for a very long time. Now, for those who don't know, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are both coming out of contract with the WWE, and they have obviously been workhorses for the company. So it is really safe to assume that WWE is not only giving them a break, but they're also removing them from television while they figure out their contracts. Now, Dave Meltzer also came out and reported that Rollins will be away from the WWE, but he won't be gone for long. He also says that Becky Lynch is believed to be taking time off, but it remains to be seen how long she will be gone as well. Now, this is where it gets interesting because with their contracts coming up, there's a very good chance that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch can re-sign with the company. And I think that is a very good chance of happening. But I do think we would be foolish if we didn't acknowledge the fact that Tony Khan is known for spending money. More than having a good product or anything like that, Tony Khan, we know, is willing to spend money. He doesn't shut the hell up about the money that he has. Tony Khan has become an egomaniac when it comes to the money. So Tony Khan getting Mercedes Moné and getting Okada and getting all these people, if you don't think Tony Khan in the slightest will be interested in signing Seth Rollins or Becky Lynch and open up that checkbook, I don't know what to tell you. I think it is far more likely that it does happen, that he at least expresses his interest. And I think a smart professional wrestler would be willing to listen to all offers. Now, again, it goes back to what I was saying about Endeavor. Will Endeavor fork over the money to re-sign talent? And in this particular case, they have a lot of talent coming up soon out of contract. Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and there's so many more. So you have to wonder if WWE will retain everybody. Now, I think Becky and Seth are WWE talent for life. I think they're WWE lifers. But there's also a lot of other talent that I thought would be WWE lifers. Adam Copeland ended up walking into AEW. Now, I'm just going to say something that might ruffle some feathers here, but I do not want to see Tyler Black and Rebecca Quinn in AEW. I don't want to see that. I'm going to be very honest. I don't want to see that. And if that bothers you, that offends you, then tell me what AEW's track record is. Mercedes Moné is getting a TBS championship match and hasn't wrestled once in the company. Like, I don't want to see wrestlers go to a company where they don't even know what they're doing with their new shiny toys that they've already brought in. So if that offends you, I'm not sorry. Anyways, let's keep it moving because WWE is making a major change. It looks like WWE is done with the PG era. It gets very interesting when talking about this because WWE is not formally making an announcement on this. WWE probably won't formally make an announcement on this. Obviously, if you watch WWE programming as of late, top WWE stars are swearing way more than normal. Now Dave Meltzer is reporting that things have changed in the company after they sent out a memo to remind people that they have to keep their language PG. Meltzer wrote, "We were told everything is up in the air as far as going forward, as there is recognition that going further in this direction will draw a younger audience as it did 25 years ago. But they also want to not be in a position where sponsors are squeamish. It's a balancing act. But if The Rock doesn't have 100% carte blanche to do what he wants, he has at last close to that. The reality is this: WWE will allow their wrestlers a little bit more freedom when it comes to their promos. WWE will allow them to move away PG without technically moving away from PG. WWE is trying to bring back that feeling of the Attitude Era, but they're not going to be able to do it all the way because obviously they are afraid to lose sponsors. I think that's the right way to go about it. It is a balancing act. If there's one thing Dave Meltzer said correctly there, it is a balancing act. You got to be careful how you do it because you don't want to ruin your relationship with your sponsors, but you want to tiptoe as close as possible to the line and see how far you can go. I think it's the right decision. More blood, more swearing doesn't correct bad booking. Never get it twisted. So WWE could do as much as they want, but this Triple H era, you just got to continue the good booking first. Everything else, that matters after the fact. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching The Ango Show.